in the vein or something like that. Actually, was done with the smoke and the customer when I saw you see the car. Oh my God, it's sad. Respect the speed, respect the signs, respect the.
So ma'am, if you could, please tell us your name, spell your last name and your position.
My name is Alicia McLaughlin, spelled M-C-L-A-U-G-H-L-I-N, and I'm a sergeant with the Chula Vista Police Department.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Can you tell us what happened this evening?
Tonight we had 2 vehicles involved in an illegal street race. One of the vehicles went into oncoming traffic and went through a red light, colliding with an uninvolved vehicle, resulting in a fatality of the uninvolved vehicle.
So 4 vehicles involved and the one fatality of an innocent victim. What about the other people?
We had several people go to the hospital with minor injuries and some people who were uninjured in the collision.
And the driver that caused the crash, their injuries?
The driver does have injuries. I do not know exactly what type of injuries they are. He is at the hospital with an officer.
And we understand that the other car that was racing left the scene.
That is correct.
So if caught, will they also be facing charges?
Depending on the outcome of the investigation, they may or may not be facing charges related to the collision.
Okay, so they're racing westbound on L Street. They entered 3rd Avenue's intersection and the Mustang went into the wrong direction.
Affirm. The Mustang was driving in the eastbound lane, traveling westbound prior to entering the intersection and continued through the intersection in the wrong lane.
Can you tell us if the fatal victim was a male or female and approximate age?
Female, do not know the age.
Okay. Family members been notified yet?
They have not been.
Okay, where do we go from here, ma'am?
What do you mean?
Investigation.
Traffic, the Chula Vista Police Department traffic unit is investigating the cause of the collision and if there's going to be any pending charges for the drivers involved.
And you have 3rd Avenue blocked from Moss all the way down to, what is it, K?
K to Moss is blocked and then to 4th Avenue.
Okay, and so any idea when this might reopen?
It will be closed for a few hours.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add, ma'am?
That's it.
Thank you so much for your time. Good evening, sir. If you could, please tell us your name and spell your last name and tell us what you saw and what you did.
My name's Steven Dominguez, D-O-M-I-N-G-U-E-Z. Yeah, I was delivering some pizzas and I heard a big crash, and all of a sudden right here on L and 3rd, I saw the wreckage, so I immediately pulled over to see if I can help, and I can see an older lady with the airbag stuck in her face. And
is that Altima?
Yes, and there was 2 kids in the back of the car. They were screaming. They wanted to get out of the car.
How old were the kids?
12 and 9 by the looks of it. Young boys, and they're very lucky. So they wanted to get out. The car was smoky, so the first thing I thought was getting the kids out. So I grabbed the door, yanked it a couple of times, it wouldn't budge. I kept trying, got that door open, bam. And then one kid, the 12-year-old, had blood coming down his face a lot. He was just in shock. I told him to sit down. And then there was the younger boy, the 9-year-old. He was so concerned about his grandma. I kept asking him, is my grandma okay? Is my grandma okay? And I just told him to sit down too. A lot of other witnesses came. Witnesses were pointing at the Mustang, saying that they were speeding. There was multiple people blaming it on the Mustang. There was another car too. They didn't look like they were injured very much. But
did you see a car leaving the scene?
No, but I did hear that there might have been another person in that Mustang that gotten away. I didn't get the full story because I was on duty.
Well, the police told us that 2 cars were racing, including that Mustang.
That's what I heard too.
And they went the wrong way and they hit that innocent woman. Are you surprised to find out she didn't make it?
She wasn't moving. There was blood coming from her ears, and this is very sad. I really feel for the boys. Thank God they're okay. I hope they have family, and just very, very unfortunate.
And sir, thank you so much for being a good Samaritan and helping those kids.
No problem.
What about the other injuries? Did you see anybody else in those other cars?
Yeah, there was a couple of females in the other car. I don't know which car it is exactly, but right behind the older lady's car, the Altima, there was about 4 ladies, probably all 18 and over, and they would just look like they were in shock.
And what about the driver of the Mustang? What was he doing?
On his phone.
On his phone?
Yeah, calling somebody.
Didn't seem to care.
Yeah, I guess. I think he was in shock too, but I'm not sure if he was the driver. I'm not sure if there was more than one person, but the guy who was with the Mustang, he was on his phone.
Sir, thank you so much for talking to us, and again, thank you for helping those kids.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
No problem.